Hey, morning everybody. Morning, morning, morning. What a beautiful morning it is this morning. Um, I'm here, you're here, we're all here. God is good. He's great, He's the best, He's just amazing because He allowed us to see this bright, beautiful sunny day, which He certainly made. And certainly I'm giving Him thanks that I'm here today. Some saying goes, there's a saying that says another day, another dollar, another opportunity to make your life better, another opportunity to make somebody else's life better. So I'm grateful to God that, I'm here, I'm alive, I'm well. I'm grateful to God that you guys are here, you're alive, you're well, in spite of the challenges. That once there is life, there will be challenges, but once there is life, there is certainly hope. So you can't give up on that. I'm encouraging you not to give up on that. Not in spite of whatever your situation may be, no matter the kind of darkness or the dark hour that it is that you're facing, God is certainly good, and it is only for a season. You will not be in that despondent position forever. It may seem as if you would be there forever, but guaranteed you will not be there forever. It's only a matter of time. So I'm encouraging you to keep your integrity intact. Keep it intact. Hold on to your faith. Hold on dearly. Never let go of that. Today I want to talk about chickens versus eagles. Now, I had to do a little research, and this is what I came up with. And it said, and this is Joyce Meyer, she said, learning to fly. I'd like for you to use your imagination for a moment. Imagine a chicken in a chicken yard. She's scratching in the dirt, looking for something to eat. It's hot, dusty, and dirty. Now imagine an eagle. He's sitting high on a cliff, his sharp eyes scanning the valley in search of food. Finally, imagine a storm coming, dark clouds looming in the distance, rolling thunder, and the threat of hard wind and rain just moments away. What do you think these two birds will do in the face of the storm? They're both birds, but they face the storm in radically different ways. They both have wings and feathers and beaks, but the main difference between an eagle and a chicken is how they think. It's what's inside that counts as much as what's outside. The chicken will immediately become worried. She'll run in circles and flap her wings. Of course, she won't actually fly, but she'll flap and cluck and run for the chicken house and the company of all the other scared chickens. She'll try to shelter so she can stay out of the approaching storm. Now, what about the eagle? The eagle won't run, and he won't cluck and make a fuss. He'll actually turn his face into the storm, feeling the strong wind on his face. Then when the time is right, he'll spread his wings, leap off his perch, and fly directly into the violence of the storm. With his wings outstretched, he'll catch the violent updrafts caused by the storm and be immediately swept above the clouds and into the bright sunshine. He'll remain above the clouds until the storm blows over and the skies become calm. Which bird do you identify with? What do you do when the storms of life gather on the horizon? Do you immediately get anxious and start to worry about all other things that might happen to you? Do you find others who are also worrying and discuss the danger of the impending storm? Or are you like the eagle that faces the dark clouds and uses the energy of the storm to rise above the fray? God has called us to be eagles. Isaiah 40:31 says, "But those who wait for the Lord, who expect, look for, and hope in Him, shall change and renew their strength and power. They shall lift their wings and mount up close to God as eagles mount up to the sun. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint or become tired." It is important that as humans, we are like eagles. That's the only way we will survive this life. If we remain as chickens, then you will find the wolves and the foxes coming for us, and they will devour us. It is important that you run this race like an eagle, like that fortified eagle. I was so impressed when I read on the lifespan of an eagle. Now I was thinking that, well, this is a bird, this is an animal. As big as they are, them probably die like how dogs, live. They say in dog years, 12 years is like somebody in their 70s. An eagle live up to 70 or 70 something, just like the human lifespan, where it says 70. An eagle lives as long as that. I was shocked. I was so shocked. I went online, I was just looking at an eagle soaring in the sky, and you wonder to yourself, it's as though the eagle said, in spite of whatever challenges I'm facing, I am soaring. And when he's coming down for his prey, just come down so majestic, so full of fervor, so full of strength, so full of boldness. That is a kind of characteristic I want to emulate. That when the storms of life come and they are here, I'm facing them, that I soar like the eagle. And that is important even in the kinds of friends that you have. The kinds of friends that you have, do they uplift you? Do they say, there goes the sky, there goes the stars, we're heading for that? Or is it that they come and they say, guess what, I have one story to tell you about my sister and that, and it's some gossip, it's some some say, some lie, some slander, something that will tear down the individual. Sometimes people may think that that attitudes and behaviors are not transferable. So sometimes you're in the company of persons that always gossips, always negative, and always saying something bad, and you feel as though it will rub off on you because you said you're not that easily influenced. Let me tell you something, that's not true. Just as how you will have the child who, between the ages of 0 to 7, some may say 0 to 8, that they emulate the environment that they're in, and they emulate the persons that they hang around. Let me tell you, even as adults, if you constantly hang around persons who are gossips, who are slanderers, persons who have no morals, persons who are always finding something negative, always negative. It doesn't matter what it is that you're saying. It doesn't matter the year. It doesn't matter the season. It doesn't matter what it is. It's always something negative, always a hard luck story. One day you're going to reflect that friend. Eagles do not associate with chicken. They do not associate with chickens unless it is that they're going to eat it. And it may sound cruel, but that's not the point. They see their goal, they see their dream, and they see their desire, and they're not daunted by the storms of life. They're not daunted by the winds that blow. They're not daunted by the mountain that they see. They soar, and then they come in for the taking. So the kinds of people that you surround yourself with, are they chickens or are they eagles? Are you a chicken or are you an eagle? And that is something that only you can decide. Sometimes we are associating with people who we know, when we do our introspection, that these are persons not really going anywhere, or they really don't mean me any good. It is important that you understand that seriousness of the kind of crowd that you walk with, the kinds of persons that you associate with. Is it that you're associating with chickens, or is it that you're associating with eagles? Let me make you aware of the characteristics of an eagle. Eagles flock together. When they mix with other birds, they are there to find something to eat and then take off. As the old saying goes, birds of a feather flock together. Eagles do not mix with other birds, but only enjoy flying at their high altitude. It is this characteristic that makes eagles unique birds. An eagle will never surrender to the size or strength of its prey. So it don't matter what kind of prey they face, they will never surrender. It will always give a fight to win its prey and regain its territory. Go over and watch the video on how the golden eagle displays remarkable hunting strategy, preying on goats much larger than itself by throwing them off the cliff face. No matter what the size of the person or the weapon they may be holding, you would attack them without thought or regard for yourself. It wouldn't even dawn on you to be afraid because your instinct is to protect that which you love and cherish. Successful leaders are fearless. They face problems hard on. They are like eagles. Eagles see a long distance prey or enemy. Eagles have strong vision, so they can identify their prey and focus on it until they get it. So like as humans, we have a dream, we have a goal, we have a desire, and we're not letting up until that dream comes to fruition. We're not letting up until that dream comes to pass. We're not letting up, we're not giving up, we're holding on, we're soaring at high altitude always. If it is that we have to mix with other chickens or other birds, we only do it for the taking. Not to say that you're going to use anybody. I'm not encouraging that, and that's not what it is saying. It means that you're going to shrug off things that will only take you down. You're going to shrug off things that only will send you to the grave before time. It means that you're putting down things that has no benefit, that has no upliftment, that has no growth, that has no development to you and to your well-being and to the well-being of your families and your friends. At the same time, an eagle can see its enemy from afar, such as snakes, trying to sneak into its nest to steal its eggs or to kill its young. Though eagles build their nests on high rocks and places, snakes have a tendency and ability to climb to them. But the strong vision of eagles keep the enemies away from its nest. There's a saying that says, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. So you understand the move of your enemy, so that when they try to come in like a roaring lion, you just spread your wings and you soar and you come at high altitude, intense speed, and you hit at your enemy. If you ever happen to see an eagle sitting high above the tree or cliff of a stiff mountain, watch closely and see how attentive the bird is. The body sits still and the head will be tilted side to side to observe what is happening below, around and above it. Even if it is flying close by, you can observe how keen its eyes are looking for its prey. Eagles have a keen vision. Their eyes are specifically designed for long distance focus and clarity. Sometimes as human beings, we only see the present. We're not looking ahead. Paul says, I press towards a goal that is ahead, a mark that is ahead. I have a prize and I'm getting that prize. I'm getting that goal. Don't be so narrow-minded. Don't be so like almost like a blank state that never seems to be filled, never seems to be, what should I say now? Be filled with things that will help them to see the big picture down the road. You must have a clear vision. Without vision, you will perish. You must have a clear goal of where you're going. You can't just get up every day, or encourage you not to just get up every day and just live like there is no tomorrow. They can spot another eagle soaring from 50 miles away. Does this characteristic ring a bell in your mind? We are sure it does. Look at great leaders of this world who have come and gone. There are many great leaders that came and went, but one characteristic that is common in all is vision. Vision is a successful leadership characteristic. Take, for instance, Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, guided his country through the most devastating experience in its national history, the Civil War. He had a vision to save the Union and to free the slaves. He is considered by many historians to have been the greatest American president. I still hear people saying that to this day. Everyone must have a vision that guides and leads his or her team towards organizations or societal goals. The vision must be big and focused. Your prayers are not answered because you pray amiss. You pray weak prayers. So your prayers are not filled with faith and filled with belief and filled with hope. Do you believe when you say, yes, I can achieve this? Do you believe when you say, yes, I can attain this, in spite of whatever difficult circumstance I may face, in spite of whatever challenges I may face, I can and I will achieve this with God's help? That is an eagle mentality, and those are the persons you should be around. Eagles, a big focused vision will produce big results. I like this one. Eagles do not eat dead things. Eagles never consume dead things, but vultures do. You're not a vulture. You're an eagle. There's a mighty difference between a scavenger and an eagle. We don't need to consume things that are dead, things that are not alive, things that have no benefit to us, things that will only degrade us and put us down. Things that have nothing to do with growth and development in our lives. Eagles can fly up to an altitude of 10,000 feet, but they're able to swiftly land on the ground. So when you soar at high altitude, when you're landing, you just land safely, like when you know that really good pilot just land the plane safely, nice, and everybody just claps. At 10,000 feet, you will never find another bird. If you find another bird, it has to be an eagle, according to Dr. Miles Monroe, the late great Dr. Miles Monroe. An eagle doesn't mingle around with the pigeons. It is Dr. Miles Monroe who said that pigeons scavenge on the ground and grumble and complain all day long. Eagles are not like that. Have you been around persons who all they do every time you're around them, they grumble, they complain, even when it is that you're trying to show them the bigger picture, even when you're trying to show them the light at the end of the tunnel, even the light in the midst of the dark, they just see darkness all over. Eagles are not like that. They fly and make less noise, waiting for opportunities to strike their next prey or glide with the current of the storm. Great leaders are problem solvers. They don't complain like the pigeons do. They love to take challenges as the eagle does when the storm comes. Eagles love the storm. That's just an interesting one. Eagles love the storm. As humans, we don't love the storm. We don't like negative things because it only affects us negatively, or we feel the pain, the physical or emotional or mental pain. So we don't like the storms as human beings, but it says eagles love the storm. Eagles are the only birds that love the storm. When all other birds try to flee from the storm and hide its fierceness, eagles fly into it and will use the wind of the storm to rise higher in a matter of seconds. So your enemy throws dirt on you, and they're throwing dirt on you, and they're saying all bad things about you, and they're saying that you will never make it, you'll never amount to anything, you're this and you're that, some negative thing. You know, so when they throw the dirt, you just shift to one side. They throw the dirt, you shift to one side, because you know what they're doing? They're building that ladder for you, so that the more they throw the dirt, they're building that ladder for you to climb out of the valley and to go to the mountaintop. So you shift to the next side, and you shift to the next side, and you shift to the next side, and you're just climbing, and you're just climbing, and you're just climbing until you soar. In the eye of the storm, God brings his rest and peace to you while your enemy is attacking. All right? But while they're attacking, it's just coming and bouncing off and going on the ground and building the ladder in which for you to climb. You know, like the story of the donkey, when they were throwing dirt, the donkey just shifted to the left. And when they threw it on the right, when they threw it on the left, he shifted to the right. And when they threw it on the right, he shifted to the left. And that's how he was doing it, vice versa. Clockwork, shifting and climbing and shifting to the side, shifting to the sides and shifting until he reached to the mountain top. They're able to do this because God created them uniquely with an ability to lock their wings in a fixed positions in the midst of the fierce storm winds. So even amidst your trials, even amidst your tribulations, Job was hit with leprosy. Maybe today leprosy could have been considered like how you would consider AIDS or cancer or stroke or heart attack, something really deadly. And he lost his wealth, and he lost his children. Now to lose all of those things, therefore means that is it for life. That is it. And amidst all of that, amidst his wife telling him to curse God, he said, "Are you a foolish woman? God gives, God takes away." And he trusted God in spite of his challenges. He trusted God. He said, "Though they slay me, I will trust him." Challenges in the life of a leader are many. These are the storm we must face as leaders to rise to greater heights. Like an eagle, a leader can only rise to greater heights if he or she takes up the challenges ahead on without running away from it. That's another leadership characteristic. Eagles test before trusting. The female eagle during courtship always takes a male eagle into the air after picking up a twig from the ground and dropping it from a certain height for the male to chase it. Once the male catches hold of it and brings it back, the female flies into higher altitude, drops it in the same way. This is repeated and the female gets an assurance that the male has mastered the art of seriously picking up the twigs in the real love and affection. Anyone who doesn't have a total knowledge of this great bird will say yes. What is more astonishing with this bird is their ability to nurture their young ones. And the process is repeated. True leaders are not bosses. They grow with their people. They strive to make individuals in the organization or society grow to their full ability. They teach and guide just like the mother eagle does. They never stop giving challenges but never give up. Empowering, not cowering, and directing. Eagles train their children to maturity. Eagles retire until new feathers grow. And each stage produces a regrowth and removed body parts, which allows the eagle to live for another 30-40 years. So an eagle will go through losing its feathers, losing its beak. So you know, when you go through your challenges, sometimes you lose your house, sometimes you lose your car, sometimes you lose your job, sometimes you lose a spouse, sometimes you lose a friend through death, and you lose almost everything that is significant to you. But you know, in that refiner's fire, what somebody was saying is that, and I need to watch that online, when they want to get a certain purification of gold, they will put it into the fire, that furnace of a fire, and burn and burn and burn it and take it out. And if it is not exactly where it ought to be, they put it back in the fire. And they burn and burn and they take it out, and if it's still not exactly how it ought, they put it back in the fire until they take it out and say, what a beauty, what a marvelous piece of treasure, my goodness. And that is what you should allow your challenges in life to do to you. Let it beautify you. Say, in the midst of my trial, I will never give up. I will never be defeated. I am not a victim. I am victorious. I am an eagle. I am not a chicken. I am an eagle. And I will soar at high altitude in spite of whatever challenges I may be facing, whether it's financial, whether it is emotional, whether it's mental, whether it is physical. I will not be a victim. I will be a victor. I am a champion. And that is what an eagle does. That is what an eagle does. And eagles only soar with eagles. Eagles only soar with eagles. So my beautiful people, let us do some introspection. Let us do some checks. Let us look at our lives. Let us examine our lives to see if our lives mirror the lives of a chicken or if our lives mirror the lives of an eagle. Let us do some introspection to look at the kinds of friends and persons that we surround ourselves with daily. Are there persons who have a clear cut vision and goal ahead? A goal that is for your growth, a goal that is for your development, a goal that is for your upliftment, a goal that is for your progress, a goal that is for your prosperity, a goal that is for your benefit? Or is it a goal that is very shallow, a goal that is very lame, a goal that gossips, a goal that slanders, a goal that goes nowhere? Like a hamster running around in a hamster's wheel with no purpose. You have to be very mindful of that. Sometimes we don't achieve the things in life because of the kinds of persons that we surround ourselves with daily, the kinds of conversations that we have daily, the kind of mindset that we have daily. These things are important. There must come a time when we examine ourselves and we examine the persons that we are around. We examine the things that we say. We examine the things that we do. In spite of our imperfections, I'm encouraging you today. I'm telling myself, I am an eagle. I am going to be an eagle. No chicken. I am a champion. I'm a child of God. I'm a child of the Most High God. I am royalty. I'm a princess. I'm a queen. Everything that I touch is blessed. And I'm going to be rolling with eagles. And that is what I encourage and wish for you today. So my beautiful people, my lovely people, put a smile on your face in spite of whatever it is that you're going through. And remember, you are an eagle. So soar with eagles. Have a beautiful day.